Hello and welcome to Cadence Design Systems Fidelity Tutorial Tuesday, where we show you how to use a feature or demonstrate a technique in just a few minutes. Today we are going to take a look at the Python scripts that are included with the Fidelity LES installation and how to run a few of them. To access the scripts, you first need to add the script directly to your environment path. That is via the bash rc or C shell script. Once this is done, you can take a look at the scripts that we have by typing LES in the tab. And you can see we have LES create movie for creating movies, LES moments for creating moment plots, LES run FFT for doing some FFT plots of time history data. We have LES forces for force coefficient plots, LES Python for general Python scripting, and LES timing for some simulation timings for performance. So we're going to take a look at how to run a few of them. First, you're going to look at the forces plot. So LES forces, and you can do -H to take a look at how to actually run it, the syntax. So we have -PB for the problem name, -in file to specify the file that you're going to try to plot. We have the reference area, reference velocity, reference density, the lift and drag directions, the force coefficient, and then we have the start of the time history and then the end of the time history and then the batch scripting. Okay, so as an example, we are going to be trying to plot the forces file. So if you look at the file itself, it's in forces rotor.dat. And you can see we have a bunch of numbers and columns here where we have the total in the X, Y, and Z directions in the file. So to run this, you're going to do LES forces, then -in file, then forces rotor.dat, then hit enter. So it's going to load up two plots. One is the instantaneous force coefficients, and the next one is the cumulative mean of them, basically a moving average. So here you can see we have CL, CD, and then CS. We can actually go into this button here and then change the title. You can change the names of the labels if you want to a custom naming for them. So as I mentioned earlier, these are force coefficients, so they are normalized by half rho v squared. If you want to plot out just the forces itself, you can actually specify a few things here. So here we can do LES-in file forces rho.dat. Then we can set area reference to 2. You can actually set maybe the density to 2, so you can cancel out the normalization that is in the denominator, and you can hit enter again. It's going to provide the dimensional one, and here you can change the names of the force coefficients to maybe forces into parentheses Newton, and all these Fx, Fy, Fz if you want to. Next, you're going to look at the LES timing script. So for a case that has already been run, we can always have a log file. So for this case, we have log.run, and you can see here we have a bunch of information with the simulation actually running for this case. So you can see completely has all the time step data for this. So for a given run, you may want to analyze the normalized time or CPU time per step. This is where the LES timing becomes useful. So let me kill this one here. So we can use the command LES timing, then you use .l log.run, then hit enter. It produces two Python images here. The first one is basically just the time in seconds, and the second one is the normalized time per step. That's either CPU or GPU seconds per million control volume per step. And you can see here a distribution of the run times for different stages of the run. And again, on the terminal, you can see some minimum, maximum, and average of the timings for this computation here. Okay, so next you're going to look at the LES create movie script. So we can look at the H to look at the syntax. There's a bunch of things we can set here. We can set the movie name, we can set the FPS, we can put color bars, the color map. We can put a bunch of controls for the color bar, the titles, the width, the height, the orientation, the font size, etc. So for now, we are going to do a simple case. So if you have, let me clear out the screen. we have an image set. So if I go into image underscore test, you can see we have a series of images for different parameters. So clear this again. So to run this, I can say LES create movie dash in file. Then I'm going to put it in parenthesis, images underscore test. And then I just want the tjet images, so star png, and that's it. I'm not going to do any extra control for this test, but you can actually do more controls to control the color bars and the color maps and all that. And when I hit enter, it's going to parse through that folder, and you can see there's some information for the default parameters. It's going to go through all the images that are in that folder and then make a movie out of it. So now that it is done, if I do an ls, you can see we have a colorbar.png and we have the output video here. So lastly, we are going to take a look at the LES run FFT script. You can put that H to look at the syntax again. And here you can see we have to specify the in file, a prefix for the name of the output file. The column X is the the time column. Column Y is the pressure or the data column. We have the T start, which indicates when to start the data truncation. T chunk is basically 1 over the frequency bin. We have the overlap for if you're doing windowing. We have the scaling if you're doing some sort of time scaling. We have P scale for pressure scaling. Pref is by default 2E-5, but if you want to use a different one, you can specify it here, and batch it for when you're running multiple cases of this. So we are going to use the test case nasa.ptime.dat. So basically we want all the headers to be commented out. And then we have, for our case, we have the time as the column 0 and then the data as column 1. So to run this, we are going to do les run fft dash in file, then nasa underscore ptime.dat. Then we specify column underscore x to be 0, then column underscore y to be 1, then dash overlap to be 0.5, 50% overlap, then dash t underscore chunk. If I want, say, 10% or 10 hertz bin width, you can use 0.1 for this and hit enter. So here we see a bunch of information showing up. So from the plot, you can see we have PSD in dB per frequency here. Again, you can change the axis and everything from here to make it look good. We have the PSD, the raw power spectral density, P squared per frequency is given to you. A plot of the pressure time history is also given to you here, and then the time step variations here. So if you look now in the command line, you can see a bunch of information. One of them is basically a summary of your setup that you did. So here again, you can see I did 0.5% overlap, a T chunk of 0.1. T start is -1 because I did not specify it, so it's by default using all of the time data. You can see again here in the bottom side, we have the frequency bin. Because I did a T chunk of 0.1, it gives me a 10 hertz frequency bin for this FFT. So that's the way you can actually use the script for some post-processing of your data in Fidelity LES. If you like this video, be sure to click the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, drop us a line below or connect with us via LinkedIn, which is linked below. Thank you and have a pleasant Tuesday.